Hi everybody, I'm Michael Horne from Whatsin. Everybody that's following me, thank you very much indeed. You're getting some really good views. But I've got to tell you something. I hurt my back a few months ago, 3 months ago, something like that now I think. And I was in some pain, sciatic nerve. Anybody that's had that knows what it is. I couldn't drive and I couldn't move, and I've been talking to a lady that's joined us in the Whatsin group, and she was going to do a live stream and I was going to do it with her, and then I had to let her down because I had a commitment, and then I hurt my back and I let her down and let her down and let her down, and not once did she complain, not once. She was lovely and always happy, and she was just great. And I ended up speaking to her quite a lot actually when I was really immobile, having to lie down on the floor. I was in an awful lot of pain, and I spoke to her and she just helped me through that. It was really very good. She does lose weight, quit smoking, conquer fears and phobias, make better and bolder decisions, be more positive. She does a lot more than that. I'm sure that you noticed that I looked away from the camera then because I'm looking at her pull up. She's a magic lady, and I'm very, very proud to introduce Karen.
I'm Karen Baughan. I'm an NLP master coach and trainer, mentor children in schools voluntary, and in the process of also doing a autistic level 1 course. So that again is another qualification that I will have to the existing qualifications of the NLP, hypnotherapy.
So that's really interesting, isn't it? The hypnotherapy. And that's kind of what everybody likes to have a little think about that. Well, would you be able to get me under? And really what I'm really interested in is your work with children.
Yeah, my work with children, it's building up the rapport.
Talking just now, weren't we? And you were saying that the language they use.
Oh yeah, the language that they use, some of it is, what does that mean? I've not heard of that, and I've not heard of this word, that word, the other word that they use.
Yeah.
The way I get around that is to say, do you mind if I make some
Notes. Yeah.
If you ask them, quite often they will say, no, they don't mind. Because, and if they do object, I'll say, well, by me making notes, we'll be able to help you the next time I come back.
Yeah.
So if you're quick thinking, you can give them the answer that they would like and the reason why. And it's the same with working with adults. It's giving them the answer why I do certain things.
We talked about that, didn't we, earlier on? You said that you were working with a young fella, and he was facing some mental issues and struggling to cope with them. And within a little while of being with him, you knew really what his path to feeling better would be.
Yeah.
And that was go to bed.
Yeah, and that is sometimes the key. The children get engrossed in technology, and I think a lot of children these days disappear up to the bedroom, onto the telephone, the computer, the PlayStation or whatever. Okay, it gives the parents peace, because, you know, it's the free babysitter, but how long are they on there for?
I've not heard it called the free babysitter before, but you know you're right, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as the TV, really, when I was growing up. But the TV, we didn't have one in the bedroom, it was downstairs.
Yeah.
And at 8 o'clock it was, right, that's it, it's bedtime. And I think that is what children need today, is still basically
a bit of structure, Karen.
Structure,
yeah.
Which is what we had in the 60s, 70s when I was growing up.
Yeah. So you work with parents as well, don't you?
Yeah, I work with parents.
So you can help people in a unit. So if they're having some difficulties, even as adults, you can talk to them about that.
Yeah, and quite a lot of adults, and I have problems. It usually stems back to when they were a child.
Yeah.
We always go back to when they were a child. We can remove the anger, the fear, the sadness, the hurt, the guilt, limiting the beliefs, limiting decisions.
But you're not going to do that just in one session.
It can be done in one session because
Right.
it's as quick as da.
Right.
And the advantage with it is I don't need to know the story.
No.
So that is useful with girls that have been abused.
Right.
Because the worst thing for you to say is, well, tell me all about it then. And you're plunging them back into reliving what they've been through.
Yes.
So unless they want to tell me about it, I don't.
No.
And if they come in happy the next time, I don't say, oh, by the way, last week you were talking about so-and-so and so-and-so, and dragging them down again.
No. You build. We've spoken so many times now, Karen, haven't we? Like, loads.
Yeah.
And I haven't known you unhappy. Every time I talk to you, you're smiling, you're happy, you're positive, you're, come on, Michael, and think of this and do that, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and you're such a pleasure to be around. You're lovely, and you get drawn into your happiness, and that's a great experience for somebody.
Yeah. And it's also, as well, I tell stories to help the person.
Yeah.
Like the child that doesn't want to go to bed because of the dark.
Yes.
Find out what toys they're interested in and bring those toys to life with their imagination.
That's lovely.
And
that's nice. Okay, so we talked about hypnotism.
Yeah.
Go on, does it work?
People are afraid of hypnotism because they think of stage hypnotism.
Yes.
That I'm going to have them, prancing around like frogs.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to get them to break into a bank and steal the money.
Oh, right, okay.
That is another thing because that happens on TV, doesn't it? I know for a fact that if I told you, Michael, under hypnosis, to go and break into Barclays Bank and get me all the money, I know for a fact that you wouldn't do it.
I would, but I'd keep the money.
but
I wouldn't want to share it.
You wouldn't do it because you wouldn't do it consciously.
No, quite right.
Yeah. So I can't talk to your subconscious if consciously you don't want to do it.
I see, okay.
Yeah. And basically, hypnosis is a bit like, and it's self-hypnosis, I just facilitate it.
Yeah.
When you're driving, do you ever drive somewhere and think, oh, I'm here?
You do, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And then you've got a mental block, you think, I can't remember doing that.
And you were in a hypnotic trance.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if something happened on the road...
Yeah, well, you'd come to real quick then, wouldn't you?
You'd come to real quick.
Yeah.
But we're quite often in hypnotic trances.
Right. Okay.
And don't realise.
I tell you where that happens to me now you said it, is that sometimes I find myself watching reels on TikTok.
Yeah.
And one to the next, and before you know it, half an hour has gone.
Yeah.
And it just feels like you've just started flicking.
Yeah.
Flicking through the videos, and then all that time's gone. So, I get that.
Yeah, and it's the same as sitting down and reading a book.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh, do people read anymore? Do you read?
Yeah.
Do you read a book?
Yeah. I read before going to bed.
Do you really?
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Before going to bed.
Go on then. What are you reading now? What's your book now?
I'm reading a book, believe it or not, on how to become happy.
No.
Yeah.
But you're there. You're the happiest person I know.
Yeah, but you can't get enough of it, can you? Well, you might learn something in this book that you think, that's the light bulb moment. And I'm still learning. There are light bulb moments.
Yeah.
That I don't know.
Well, I mean that's a really that's a good book to be reading.
Yeah.
Perhaps you share it after you've read it.
That's it.
Yeah. And so do you read it? Are you actually reading the paper book, or are you reading?
No, I read a paper book.
It's like a real book.
Book
with words on paper.
With words on paper.
Wow, okay, well that's something else then.
Yeah.
So you surprised me, because I know that you're an absolute genius on your social media and internet, and because you're always, I see you posting on LinkedIn, which is, I share your stuff and I'm very proud to do that. So I know that you are, you're on that social media, but actually you've got a real paper book.
Yeah, I've got a real paper book. If anybody says, well, that's shelf development, no, I do use them for information.
Good.
And, you know, if I need something, I've got it there at my fingertips.
Yeah. Oh, you're lovely. And you do so much. The working with autism, and the thing that I really enjoyed earlier on is when you said, look, I love learning.
Yeah.
I love learning new things.
Yeah.
So working with autism and helping parents understand children with autism, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's understanding that person. We're all unique, we're all special, and we're all important. And
you're waiting for me to say something now, aren't you? Like, oh well, my wife says I'm not. No, I'm joking.
That is what I say, is that we're all unique, we're all special, we're all important. And you know, we've all got a different view of the world.
Yeah.
And some people may not see it the same way as we do.
No.
And it's the same with the autistic person.
And so now that you're training with that, you will then be able to help. So if people that are watching this need to reach out to you and say, hey, I'm struggling with this, Karen, can you at least help me, shine some light on some direction to go, you can do that.
Yeah, and you know, in a way, autism is a bit like, you imagine going on your own to a foreign country, not knowing a word of the language, you haven't got a translator, you haven't got your mobile phone, and they're jabbering away at you, and maybe you want a drink, or you want some food, or you want the toilet, and you don't know where it is. They don't understand what your sign language. And how would you feel?
Awful would be the answer to that. Awful.
And if you know you went,
and that's that's autism.
That is autism, and they get aggressive, they get frustrated, because it might be that they give you a drink and you're absolutely starving. Or it could be that they give you food and you want a drink.
Yes, of course.
You know, or you want to go to the toilet. And they don't understand that.
No. So you help families then understand what all these things mean.
Yes, that's what I will be doing once I'm qualified. I'm not yet qualified in
Not quite there.
Not quite there, but I will be.
Well, I've come to see you in your office because you were not able to come to us in Hereford for the live stream, and thank you for waiting. We've been doing this for 15 minutes. It goes quickly, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It goes quickly. And so I'll genuinely want to say thank you. You're lovely. Honestly, she's lovely. She's genuine and she's great. And here we are, I think it's something like 8 o'clock at night. And she's welcomed me into her home and she's talking to me, and she's as fresh as though it were 9 o'clock in the morning. She's a very lovely lady. And I think that anybody that's got any questions at all, there's going to be a link for you to follow to find Karen. She is lovely. You can give her a call, speak to her, and then she will talk to you about what you might need, what she can offer, what the costs would be, and she's just lovely, honestly. Give her a call, speak to her, drop her a message, look at her on LinkedIn, find her through Whatsin, which is the organisation that I'm working for. Thanks very much indeed again for watching us, and speak to you all again soon. Thank you.